Hello. This is an SEO audit for Shaw Law Firm. They are a criminal defense attorney in Phoenix, Arizona. This is their Google business profile, and this is what their website looks like. First thing we always do is run a local map ranking scan to see how often their law firm shows up in Google search. So I'm going to create a new scan. I'm going to type in the name of their law firm. Going to scroll down to the radius, set that to 2 miles, and then take a look at the keywords. So the keywords I'm going to be using for this business is criminal defense attorney near me, DUI lawyer near me, and white collar crime lawyer near me. Go to schedule, select one-time scan, and then hit run. So while this is running, I'm going to run another scan to see how many times their business name, address, and phone number show up in the Google search results. So I'm going to head over here. I'm going to type in their business name, grab their business details. I'm going to exclude their domain. Scroll down, select 10 pages, and then hit run. So while this is going, we can take a look back at the rank tracker. And we will come back once this is done running. It looks like the map is done loading. A couple things I want to outline first. One of the main factors that determine how high your business ranks in Google Maps is where your law firm is physically located. So since we ran a scan for 2 miles, that means the center of this business is right here. And this scan goes 2 miles out to the north, south, east, and west. So typically the rankings are much better when you are closer to the business, and then when you zoom out, they get worse and worse. So that's not necessarily the situation here. They have a lot of rankings in the top 3 around the bottom right-hand corner, and then around where their business is actually located, they're around position 6, position 7. And then once you get into the downtown Phoenix, Garfield, Good Samaritan, Coronado area, they start to drop below the top 10, and then once you get up here, they don't show up in the top 20 results at all. And by the way, this is for the keyword criminal defense attorney near me. Let's check out where they rank for DUI. Oh wow, so they rank pretty well for DUI. They have a little bit of room for improvement right where their business is located, as well as up on the top right-hand corner. Let's take a look at where they rank for white collar crime. So this keyword has a lot of room for improvement. They're top 4, pretty close to where their business is located, and then around position 5 and position 6 south of Phoenix. And then once you start getting north of Phoenix around the top right-hand corner, they start to drop off again, similar to the first keyword that we looked at. So in order to get the most out of your Google business profile, you want to be ranking in the top 3 results across your entire area. So pretty much what they have for DUI is perfect. Like this is how they want their map scan to look across all of their keywords. Because anybody in this area that's looking for a DUI lawyer, this business is getting contacted first because they show up in position 1. So from here, another thing I like to look at is the demographics. Let me just turn this on. So with this tool, I can see the population density, median income, percentage of homeowners, as well as the median age for each of these different sections. And by the way, all of this data is taken directly from the Census Bureau. So if this law firm wants to target exclusively DUI cases, they probably want to allocate more of their marketing resources towards the areas with the highest population density, as well as a median age of under 25 and between the ages of 25 to 35. Now, if this law firm wants to target more high value cases, so for example, embezzlement, wire fraud, healthcare fraud, any white collar crime, then they could budget more of their marketing to certain areas based on high median income or a higher percentage of homeowners. If they specialize in something like domestic violence cases, then they probably want to target the ages of 26 to 45. Overall, super useful tool. If you run a law firm that spends any amount of money in marketing, you need to make sure that you're targeting the right people, and this tool is perfect for that. By the way, if you want us to run a report like this for your business, click the first link in the description, fill out your business information, and we will make sure to help you with that. But for the next section, we're going to go over some keyword and domain metrics. Overall, they're ranking decently well for DUI. They have a couple of pins over at the top right-hand corner that could use some improvement. And then for their criminal defense attorney keyword, it looks like they're ranking really well everywhere south of Phoenix. But then once you start getting to north of Phoenix, which is more competitive, they start to drop off the rankings. And that's the same story for white collar crime. South of Phoenix ranking decently well, not anywhere in the top 3, but pretty close. And then once you start getting north of Phoenix, they don't show up anywhere on the map. So that's it for this section. In the next section, we're going to cover some keyword and domain metrics. Okay, so this is what we use to generate the keyword and domain metrics report. All I need to do is enter their business information and it'll automatically fill out the rest after I select their business. And for the citation data section, I just need to upload the results from the scan I ran earlier, which did a search for their business name, address, and phone number. So once I do that, I will uncheck this schema button and then hit generate. And once that's done, I'll go ahead and open it up. And this is what the report looks like. So this report tracks 150 search terms that are all related to criminal defense in Phoenix. Combined, they get about 50,000 searches per month. The average cost per click for these terms is $122. And if this website were in position 1 in Google search for all of these search terms, they would get about 17.6% of all the clicks, which is about 8,800 clicks per month. And that is worth about $1.1 million in Google ad spend. Now let's take a look at section 1, which is the keyword data. So this table on the screen is sorted by highest traffic value, which is calculated by taking the search volume times cost per click and then multiplied by the click-through rate of position 1, which is 17.6%. The highest value search terms are criminal defense attorney Phoenix, criminal attorney Phoenix, and criminal defense law firm Phoenix. You can also filter by near me keywords as well as the name of the city, which is Phoenix. Near me searches usually result in the highest intent because they typically come from people that are searching from their phones and they're looking to contact a law firm right away. So from here, if you want to see the data presented in a more visual format so that it's a little bit easier to understand, we can check out section 2. So on section 2, the first chart shows the monthly search volume for each keyword. As you can see, the top keywords are criminal defense attorney Phoenix, criminal attorney Phoenix, and criminal defense law firm Phoenix, which all have 5,400 searches per month with a combined search volume of 16,200 searches per month across these 3 keywords. The second chart shows how the traffic value changes across websites ranking in positions 1 through 10. So position 1 is worth about $1.1 million in Google ad spend. Position 2 is worth about $944,000. Position 3 is worth about $926,000. Once you get to position 4, the traffic drops from 926,000 down to 429,000, which is more than a 50% decrease. The reason that happens is because when someone searches Google for criminal defense attorney Phoenix, Google only shows 3 businesses in the map results. And in order to even see the 4th business, the person searching needs to click on another button that says show more businesses. And that adds an additional layer of friction, which means a lot of the time, the only way that people actually call the 4th business is if the first 3 businesses don't answer their phones. And hoping that your competitors don't answer their phones is usually not a good business strategy, which is why the goal of local SEO is to rank your law firm in the top 3 spots of Google. So you can capture over 50% more traffic than the law firm in position 4. Now let's take a look at what keywords this law firm is ranking for in organic search. So this website ranks for 73 keywords. 18 of those are ranking in the top 10 and 0 are in the top 3. And that's bringing them about 2,000 visitors to their website every month, which is equivalent to about $235,000 per month in Google ad spend. So this table below is sorted by monthly searches. I'm going to sort it by position. So it looks like the keywords best DUI attorney in Phoenix, best DUI lawyer in Phoenix, Arizona, best DUI lawyer in Phoenix, DUI lawyer Phoenix, and DUI lawyers Scottsdale are sitting around the middle of page 1 and the bottom of page 1. Which is great because Google already associates their law firm with these services. All they need from here is just a little bit more authority, so they can easily go from position 7 and 8 up to the top 3 results, which is actually what section 4 is about. So citations are any mention on the internet of a business's name, address, or phone number. Some common examples include an Instagram profile, Facebook page, Yelp listing, etc. And for this business, we found 116 citations across 18 unique domains. It looks like about 48% of them come from legal directories, 31% of them are on general directories, and about 3% of them come from review platforms, and then the remaining 18% are unclassified. And if you scroll down to the second half of this report, you'll see that out of 178 citation sources that we recommend for law firms, this business is only listed on 8 of them, which means they have 178 opportunities to mention their business across different websites. So I would recommend at least getting listed on the high authority citation sources, which include Facebook business page, Instagram profile, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Medium, Trustpilot, and just everything that has a domain rating of above 90. Mainly because these websites have been around for decades. They have hundreds of millions of businesses that are listed on them. They also have billions of users across all of them, as you can see from the organic traffic. And all of this means that Google trusts these websites. It also means that large language models trust these websites. So getting your law firm listed on as many of these websites as you possibly can will increase how often your business shows up in local search, as well as how often your brand gets mentioned in AI search results. Now let's move on to their backlink profile. So backlinks are links from other websites that point to this law firm's website. So for these guys, we found about 2,300 backlinks. They come from about 243 unique referring domains. 82% of them are do follow, meaning they actually pass authority to the website, which is great. The most important factor to tell if a backlink is good or not for a local website is relevance. So the best type of backlinks for this business will be on websites that talk about drug possession, DUI, domestic violence, tax fraud, anything related to criminal law. This could also mean getting a backlink from your local chamber of commerce, or your local BNI, or any local blogs or news publications. Even a backlink from another local website is going to be really beneficial for ranking in maps. So the bottom line is backlinks from websites that are either relevant to the topic of criminal law or relevant to their geographic location, which is Phoenix, are the type of links that move the needle the most when it comes to ranking a local business in Google search. So under this section, we can take a look at the individual backlinks that they have. Just scrolling through here, it looks like they have a lot of directories that they're getting listed on, like Justia. It also looks like they're building some backlinks on relevant domains, for example, bicycleaccidentlawyers.com. They've also got one on rebelexpress.net, so it looks like they're doing press releases as well. They've also got another one on interactcleveland.org. So overall, their backlink profile is very, very strong. They are listed on a lot of different directories. A lot of their links are do follow, which means they actually pass authority. So overall, it's a very strong profile. One thing I would recommend is definitely going up here and building out all of these high authority citations. This will help strengthen their brand even further. So to recap this section, there are about 50,000 monthly searches that are related to criminal defense in Phoenix, and that traffic is worth about $1.1 million per month in Google ad spend. This law firm has several keywords that are ranking just outside of the top 3, sitting in the middle of page 1 and the bottom of page 2. And in order to bring them up to the top 3, I would recommend building out some more citations. All right, so the last part of this audit is just going to be me going over the website, see if there's anything to improve on. So this is the website that is linking to from their Google business profile. I'm just going to take a look at the SEO title. They have best DUI lawyer. They have the location, which is Phoenix, and they have their brand name, which is Shaw Law Firm. So that's good. And then we can take a look at their headings. So top rated Arizona DUI lawyer. So that's good. They have DUI lawyer in here. They also have DUI defense. So that looks good. And then let's take a look to see if they have any interlinks. So if I click on this, it goes to their DUI page. If I click on this, it goes to so they have interlinks to their different practice areas. That's good. Let me see if they have a Google Business Profile embed. Yes, they do. So it's right here. They have a Google Business Profile embed on their footer. So that's great. The only thing I would recommend for this law firm is to build out some location pages, because it looks like you target Maricopa County. So actually, instead of using Arizona in the H1 and Arizona in your, okay, well, this says Phoenix. So your SEO title is targeted for Phoenix. Your H1 is targeting Arizona. But it looks like you only service Maricopa County. So I would make sure all of those are uniform. So it's very unlikely that you actually service the entire state of Arizona. Maricopa County sounds a little bit more reasonable. So I would go ahead and change your SEO title to voted best DUI lawyer in Maricopa County. I would also do the same thing for your heading. So I would put top rated DUI lawyer in Maricopa County. So that's what I would use for H1. And that's just to make sure that your website is kind of saying the same things, because you don't want your SEO title to be targeting Phoenix while your heading is talking about Arizona. And then your heading description shows Maricopa County. So I would rather you optimize everything for Maricopa County and then build out individual location pages for Tempe, Scottsdale, and Phoenix. Other than that, there's probably not much that I would change, because it looks like you are really going for these DUI cases. And from what I've seen in our scan that we ran earlier, you are ranking very well for DUI keywords, especially in your local area around Phoenix. So I would say building out those location pages for Tempe and Scottsdale will help you pick up some more organic rankings for those areas. And then when it comes to ranking your Google Business Profile a little bit higher in the Northeast area, I would build out specific neighborhood pages. So for example, Biltmore area, Arcadia Lights, Camelback East Village, Uptown, Alhambra. So I would go ahead and build out neighborhood pages for all of those areas in order to rank those areas a little bit higher than the top 10 results, because you're not really showing up in the top 10 anywhere around this area. Other than that, there is not much else. Just build out those location pages and change your SEO title as well as your headings to be Maricopa County. That way it's as broad but still narrow to your exact service area. And also build out some of those citations as well. So everything in this list sorted by missing, just go down the list and build everything here. So that's pretty much it for the SEO audit for Shaw Law Firm. If you enjoyed the video and you would like something similar done for your law firm, click the first link in the description and fill out your business information, and we'll be able to help you out from there. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this video was helpful, and cheers.